Well, hello everybody. It is Wednesday night. Hope you're having a good week so far. Well, hello and there's everybody. Feedback, it is Wednesday night. That'll be gone soon. Hope you're having a good week so far. Well, hello and there's everybody. Hopefully that'll be gone soon. Hope you're having a good week so
There's
far.
feedback. It's not coming from me.
Okay, crazy. Okay, bye bye. Anyway, I hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. It's midweek. It's the end of November already. Believe it. Welcome to the show. This is Borderline Banter, and I'm your host, Mike. As always, moving the mouse tonight. I'm here with Dustin. Dustin, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much for being here, whoever's here. If you're watching later on YouTube, we go live 3 times a week, so definitely give us a follow on our Kick account. That way you'll get notified when we go live. We also encourage you to join in the conversation. We love to hear from you. Post comments, join in us live. We'll engage with you.
Yep. We're live Monday, Wednesday, 7 p.m., Friday, 7:30.
MST, that is, so.
MST. Yeah.
Well,
If you ever forget, it's on our website at the top here.
For sure.
Find out when we're live and check out our past episodes. Whole bunch of great stuff on borderlinebanter.com.
Yeah, we got some interesting stories tonight, actually. Some interesting, some follow-ups, same old stuff. But yeah, I think we should get right at it, unless you have something to say, Justin.
Nope, I am all ready for the banter.
Let's get at it.
I've got no personal news.
Okay. So, from CTV News, customer sues Chopt and entree chain over. Is that Chopt? It just Chopt.
Chain and this is Eatery.
Eatery, that's what I'm going to say. Yeah, chain over salad. No, I always fuck that word up. Over salad, and she says contained a piece of the manager's finger.
And she knows it's the manager's finger?
Like, how do they know? Like, that's...
I mean, there's a lot going on in this title, but the first thing I look at is like, wait, she know who? If you get a finger in your salad, okay. Yeah, you don't start investigating who.
Maybe they did a fingerprint or something. Who knows?
Did he have a finger injury when he brought it to the table?
Did
the manager bring it? It's the manager. I mean, you would have the waiter. Not even the chef would bring it to the table.
Yeah.
It's a salad. This is the waiter.
We should see what this is about.
C18 online news deal. Okay. Oh, we're going to talk about that tonight. This breaking news up here. We've got that tonight.
Yep. I don't even know about that. I haven't even heard about that. I'm Canadian.
It was the last thing second to last thing I added, I think. So we'll definitely talk about that tonight. Mount Kisco, New York.
Okay. So
I thought this was Canada.
Well, it's a Canadian news site.
Okay, reporting on America. Just make that clear here. Customers filed a lawsuit against the fast casual chain Chopt. I assume that's how you say that as well.
Yeah.
Over a salad, she says, contained a piece of the manager's finger. It was filed Monday by Allison Cozy of Greenwich, Connecticut.
Bought a salad at the Chopt location in Mount Kisco, New York.
Okay.
What? Is that Kisco?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kisco, sure.
So
she was visiting. Yeah, Kisco sounds right.
New York on April 7th, 2023, and realized while eating that she was chewing on portion of a human finger that had been mixed into and made part of the salad. So it was mixed and put like who's
now? Why did this suddenly go into quotes here?
Yeah,
the lawsuit has this.
Chewing on a
yeah. This is in the lawsuit. Okay,
and
I was gonna say there's no way she says it that way because you wouldn't say that about yourself.
Yeah, no, what she was like, she could have been like it was mixed into that. Yeah, I'm not. That's just a way.
I'm so curious. Did it include the bones, the nail?
Like what was
it? What are we talking?
We have to see. Yeah.
Why do I want the details so much?
Yeah, because it's kind of creepy, yeah.
According to the suit, a manager at the restaurant accidentally severed a piece of her left pointer finger while chopping arugula. The manager went to the hospital, but the contaminated arugula was served to customers, including Cozy, the lawsuit says.
Wow. Like, that's unreal.
Okay, I guess that's how you put the pieces together. The person with the finger injury went to the hospital. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they still served the food.
So several years ago, and I'm talking like 22 years ago, I was working in a kitchen, right? And I'm not sure if you can actually see the scar. It's gonna be really hard. I can't even show up. It's too small, and it gets.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
There's a scar there anyway. But I was cutting a turkey at work because I worked in a kitchen, and half the turkey was on the other side of the kitchen. But I ended up slicing it, and not blood, but it didn't gush, but lots of pieces of skin. We had to dispose of the whole turkey, even the turkey that wasn't contaminated. We had to throw it out.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And I wanted to take it home, but they're like, "No, that's gross." I'm like, "It's my finger." Like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, I
I'll take
might
the
be like,
I'll take the risk, like I'm not too worried. Like it sounds
but they don't
gross,
want
but
to take any
that was a full
risk.
turkey, like it's just my finger, like
But that might be a situation where, like, I'm the manager. I say, no, you can't take that, and then I just turn around right in front of you
they threw it away. They
and
did throw it
say,
away, yeah.
dispose of it.
Yeah.
As I don't turn around to watch how you dispose of
Oh
it,
yeah, so okay.
and
But
you
yeah.
walk and put it in your car,
Because
like that
honestly,
sort
I
of
was
thing.
13, I didn't have a car. But yeah, that
Or-
is unreal. Like
but
that's
yeah,
a big
yeah, yeah.
lawsuit. That is a big,
This
big
is such
lawsuit
an easy
coming.
go the arugula way. Like, and look, they only got fined $900.
Yeah, that's
What?
insane. Yeah. I'm
That's
hoping
the fine for serving your finger? That's
um
not even that much. If it's an expensive restaurant, might be less than the dinner.
yeah, that's
You know?
wow. So but she's suing for more. Like she's definitely gonna have some like that's something you would be really hard to recover from. Like I know it
Yeah,
doesn't sound bad, but you just chewed on a human. Like that's something
true.
like oh look at
And that's
Stonezy
why
said the
some of this
lawsuit
stuff
that
is
she
here. She's
suffered
got
injuries
a
including chalk, panic attacks, 100% migraine.
that one
Um
big time panic attacks. Like,
yeah,
holy shit,
Disney. Okay, the
cognitive
other stuff you
impairment.
got
Yeah, your
nausea,
mind can't
dizziness, and
stop thinking
neck.
about what you did, and then when you think about it, you get nausea,
Yeah, no 100.
dizziness,
Yeah. No, I hope she gets something. I
and all
don't know
that
what.
stress is
See,
like,
the thing is,
yeah.
no money can take it, but some money will definitely help. And then I hope she gets
So
the
this
counseling she needs. Because that's
Chopt
pretty
Creative
disgusting. Like,
Salad Company, I've never even heard of this, but they've got 70 locations across the United States,
yeah.
Eastern US. So I guess that's why I really haven't heard of it, since I've always been Midwest, every state I've been in, basically, the middle of the country.
Okay, so anyway, did they go into what kind what part of the finger
No,
it
it says
was?
her attorney says she does not want to comment further, and that's
That's
the end
it.
of the article.
Okay, so
She's
regardless of
seeking an
what triggers.
unspecified amount of damages, and I guess we'll have to stay tuned because,
Now, what about everyone
uh,
else who was at that restaurant that day? Like anyone, I guess maybe they didn't notice. Maybe they just ate it without paying it. Like, oh, that's.
well, I mean,
I
maybe
know
that
what.
amount of arugula just was for one
Yeah,
salad's worth, and then the next arugula was shot by somebody else.
but didn't it say it was served to her and some other clients,
Served
customers?
to customers, including Cozy. Good catch. It does
Yeah,
say that.
that's what. Yeah,
So there
okay.
could be other plaintiffs.
Yeah, or
That's the
plaintiffs. Yeah,
word.
I guess. Yeah,
I'm
class
thinking
action
of Judge
lawsuit. Class
Judy
action lawsuit.
here.
Like.
Yeah, well, a class action requires a certain number, though.
Okay, yeah, maybe yeah, but
I don't know how
and
many.
who was it? Like, okay, the manager chopped the finger. Like, who else was in charge? Like, and after that happens, there's protocols. Like every restaurant should know this. You just don't wipe it up with a damp cloth. You literally got to get proper sanitation. You got to close down. Like, if there's a severe injury, like if there's a little nick, not a big deal. But if you're literally chopped your finger off, you gotta like that's OSHA shit. You know what I mean? You can't just.
So I just did a quick little Google here just to satisfy some curiosity on the class action. While there's no exact number needed for a class action lawsuit, it's difficult to form a class to receive certification with less than 20 members.
Okay.
Then I got this other thing here saying, in general, the minimum number of potential plaintiffs is 40, although most have many more. So a situation like this is unlikely to have enough to get
But
to a class action,
okay,
but you
but say
still have multiple
okay, there's
plaintiffs.
there's 30 tables there. 20 of them have people. Some two to
Could
three
be,
people a
yeah.
table. Boom. There you go. All right.
And if it's the type of restaurant that everybody gets, the salad,
Yeah.
which, fancy
It
restaurants
doesn't
are like
matter.
that.
It doesn't really matter. You don't even have to prove you're in the restaurant. You're at risk of getting something. You should deserve compensation.
Well, and also, I mean, being at a restaurant where human flesh was served can give you some of these symptoms, even if you weren't
Yeah.
the one that eat it.
Because you're
I mean, some of
even
this is
thinking, did I do
panic
it? Yeah.
attacks and cognitive impairment. Like you're gonna still potentially have some of those. Like
I,
you're that close to being a cannibal
I
without
just
even
yeah.
being able to do anything about it.
I just recently stopped eating out. Like I
And this
just don't
was
eat out
New
anymore.
York, so yeah,
Um,
these are.
Even at my work tomorrow, they're ordering food in for everybody from like some restaurants. I'm like, I'm good. I do not want it. Like, just have something. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm done eating out. I'm gonna start making like. First of all, it's too expensive. Not only that, but
Right.
you don't know who's handling your food. They don't train these people anymore. They could be scratching their ass, and then McDonald's don't even wear gloves, and they'll be fucking slapping that patty and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I just like, and I know like it's like whatever, but no, it's not my
So,
food.
for the record, the Chopt company works in New York City, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Connecticut, New Jersey, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. All places I've never really been, but,
Yeah.
anybody in those places, watch out. Apparently, they'll just serve finger.
Well, see, that's wrong. That could just be
That's
one.
just the crazy part is they
That's
don't
just
throw
one
it out.
store.
Like it should be
Like
like everyone
no,
does food safety. I worked in the kitchen at Hy-Vee, and I had to do food safety.
and know what? Maybe
So I
that's
know what to do pretty much. It's a no-brainer
yeah,
here.
no. And anyway, you should think of that anyways. Like, would you eat that right now? Would you eat that salad, knowing that
I
there
don't
could like
no, no. I mean,
like what?
this also kind of looks gross. There's not enough dressing on
Yeah,
it.
I'm not a big fan of
This
salads
is
anyway.
this is not the actual salad, but this is an arugula and avocado salad, so kind of gross.
That sounds not too pleasant. Like
Like I
I
just
don't
want a
mind
normal Caesar
avocado. I
salad
don't mind avocado on some things, but I
or
can't.
like a house salad with ranch.
I
I'm a
can't
normal salad
personally,
kind
but
of
I'm not a
guy.
vegetable guy. I don't eat fruits or vegetables.
Don't sleep on a good salad. If you put the cheese and the bacon and a good dressing on, it's not even good
Well, if
for you
there's just like
anymore.
cheese, bacon, and maple syrup as a dressing, I'm pretty sure that'd be pretty
You
tasty.
can't be
Oh,
putting
like
syrup in things.
I maple syrup on bacon is so good. Maple syrup on pork, it's so delicious. Not my biggest fan with chicken. Um,
Oh, there's recipes for maple syrup dressing.
yeah, of course there's.
Also,
There's
maple balsamic vinaigrette,
so much
or just
maple.
maple
Maple is the
vinaigrette.
best. It's so good. You just sit there.
This,
Actually, you can only eat but one spoonful.
I didn't know about this. I didn't know y'all were doing everything with syrup up there.
It's not everything.
Roasted garlic maple dressing,
Yeah,
sweet heat shallot dressing,
yeah.
maple lemon parmesan dressing,
Maple.
jalapeno maple lime dressing, maple miso,
Yeah,
maple tahini,
but yeah.
maple balsamic.
So
I mean, there's so many. I
look at your food before
thought
you
you
eat
were
it.
joking, but that's all
Look
completely
at your
real.
food before you eat it. Don't just chew. Like that's
For sure. I mean, holy crap. A
like you hear
finger.
stories of people eating stuff. Although it does happen. Like this happened to me once, and it'll never happen to me again. But I bought some beef jerky at the corner store, and I'm
Uh-oh.
leaving, and I don't think so. I open up the bag, and I take it out. I'm like, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't know. I look at it. I look down. All the inside of the bag is moldy. And I was like,
Oh.
oh. And there was like 20 bags there. I grabbed that one, and there was actually a little slit at the back. So it was
Mm,
I started getting
yeah.
sick. I was in the parking lot getting sick, and it was just during COVID. So people started freaking out, right? Because I'm pretty much in the doorway puking because I'm getting back in there to get to the bathroom. I'm just need some water.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Oh,
food poisoning.
right.
You
Like,
just got food
I'm just
poisoned.
getting discount, and I know the cashier there very well. She comes running. What's wrong? I'm like,
Help
like
me.
oh, it's disgusting. Like I
Yeah.
can like
You got
there
the
was
evidence, so I mean, you got it probably. It's still in your hand.
oh
Like,
they wouldn't both they wouldn't think of it anyway. Now of course they give me my money back. I could have probably pursued it and try to do something, but it's like nah, like it's just the way it is. But I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie, it's been 3 years and I have not eaten beef jerky. Like I really miss it, but just one of those
I don't
things.
know. Maybe you should have sued him
Yeah,
because that's kind of been a
no,
thing that's
it's
impacted your
like
life.
yeah. Well,
I don't know. Everybody else
I
sues.
do have some family who works at that chain of stores, so it's probably the best idea not to do
Yeah, I
it.
mean, that's the real reason not to is that
So
you
yeah,
actually
it
with the
wasn't not
store.
that location,
If it had
but
happened at Chopt, would you?
um, well, that's a much different story. Like that was like
That's that's a yes.
yeah,
Okay,
but
well,
that's no, it's not a
Victoria,
yes.
we could.
It is not a yes. In fact, at one time I was out with one of my
If you went
coworkers.
to
I was out.
a
Yeah,
restaurant,
okay. Listen, I was at a restaurant with one of my coworkers, Larry. He's an older fella, but we would go to this restaurant every week after work just because he drove me home every because we lived pretty close to each other. We order. I order a steak sandwich. He orders a steak sandwich and a stuffed potato. He takes up the potato and he bites into it. Goes like this. He pulls out a big piece of spatula, right? And he's like, "What?" So we call over the waitress. We're like, "Hey, yeah, we found this." And she looks at it. She's like, "Oh my god." Well, they said they got all the pieces. And I was like, "Did you just say that you guys knew it was broken?" But anyway, they gave us a meal for free, and that's all it was. We're like, whatever. We were happy. I got the meal for free for no reason. Larry was like, he was pretty happy with the free meal and drink.
yeah, it's kind of hard to argue with.
But
And
yeah,
in their
but
position, they don't want you to do anything
yeah.
else.
I know what they thought we were so mad. We joke about it to this day, like
Yeah,
I
that's
actually
just a
I talk
spatula,
that
though. That's
yeah.
like that's
I
tame.
know that's much different. That happened like 7 years ago, but yeah, we still talk. I talked to him the other day. We were talking about it. It was like it was pretty funny because the waitress, we were like, we found this. It was
You
pretty
want this
funny.
back?
Yeah. No. Yeah. But no, like it was. But yeah, I think I don't have much more to say on this. Check your food. In fact, stop eating out, even though it's much easier said than done. But food expensive.
Yeah.
Take it away, Dustin.
Oh, okay. Apparently, we're going to cover that breaking news sooner than
Okay.
later, although we're doing this from BBC. Google and Canada reach deal to avert news ban over Online News Act.
Okay, that's. I was worried about that. Remember?
Yeah.
I
Now you
was.
don't have to worry about it. It's
No,
all solved.
maybe,
They reached a
maybe.
deal.
Let's see what it
What's the
is. What
deal?
is
This
the
was
deal?
updated 22 minutes ago.
Okay.
So hopefully this has got the latest and greatest. Google's reached a deal with Canada to avert a news blockade over a law that forces tech giants to pay for news content.
Thanks.
So what are they doing? Google vows to remove links to news in Canada in response to the Online News Act due to take effect 19th December.
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine that. Imagine so in 2 more weeks, if this, see what happens in 2 or 3 more weeks, I will not be able to use Google anymore. Okay.
So the agreement announced on Wednesday requires Google to pay $100 million Canadian, which is $74 million American, or 58 million something. Is
58
that
million.
French? Is that the
That's
Quebec people money?
no. That is pounds. 58
Okay.
million
Well,
pounds.
the British need to stay out of this.
This is BBC. So
Yes. Oh, it's BBC. Good point.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Annually, index to inflation. Oh wait, so it's gonna
Okay,
go
no,
up
that's unreal. Friggin'.
to news outlets.
Okay, then we all should get some tax breaks now. Okay, well, I well, get on Google. I guess they care more about
Apparently, they're going to pay a single collective because, like, we're news. We're a news outlet.
yeah.
So, like, where's our money,
Oh yeah,
right? If this is a thing, and
that,
Google's now,
we're not
well, I don't
registered
know.
though.
True, but like, what if we said the word Google?
Yeah.
You know, and we're
Okay.
news.
Okay,
Based on the
so
number of full-time equivalent journalists engaged by those businesses.
anyway, for yeah,
Okay.
so I guess yeah, so it's not gonna happen now. So that's good, but it's still you can't share any links on Facebook and stuff. I'm so glad Jay's isn't here because you know how she gets when I say that. But it's not like you're getting news, but it's nice to share articles. Like I can't even share a happy story. Like
So what does this mean for smaller things? Because like Google's just one of many who
yeah,
would be subject to this Online News Act, right?
yeah.
Does them cutting a deal and agreeing to this essentially kind of screw over everybody else because now everybody else is gonna have to like
Okay.
cut deals
I don't
and
know.
basically pay?
I
Did
don't know.
Trudeau win?
Of course, this is. I guess this is a minor win for them. Right now, actually, 3 in 4 Canadians want Justin Trudeau to step down. Isn't that
Google
crazy?
wanted. Oh, that makes
Like
sense. I
that's
think we probably have similar numbers for Biden. I mean,
EPSO's poll from Global News.
I'd have to go look at it.
Yeah,
Although I did see that apparently they're done new polling, and now if in Biden versus Trump, Biden wins in the new poll.
yeah. No, okay, that was what I don't see that. I
That
didn't
was
see
the poll that they did today.
from what poll. Do you know?
Exactly. I don't know. I have to go pull it up.
Again,
But
there's a lot of
we don't
polls.
typically we don't typically pull
I
articles
don't agree with that.
because like poll articles
Biden's
are kind of shit.
dropped.
Like yeah, because I don't agree with that. I don't think he's gonna
Biden's
win.
lost. Biden lost. Apparently, he's down over like down 10 points for the Hispanic votes. Hey,
Yeah, but if
like
you're MSNBC, what are you gonna put
yeah.
out?
But okay, so yeah, but
You're
so
gonna say,
Biden.
"Oh yeah,
But I'm
our
just saying,
polls where we
yeah,
poll the 100
yeah,
people that work for us,
exactly,
we
and
all think
that's
he's gonna
matter,
win."
and that matters to who you talk to as well,
Right,
right?
right.
Like it's one hundred
Yeah,
percent true. You go to somewhere, you go to a very conservative city, and you ask people about abortion, they're all gonna say no, 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 no. But if you go to a very liberal city, it's gonna be completely different. You know what I mean? But how do you? And but both polls are gonna be legit. They're both gonna be 100%. 99% of people want to do this or they don't want to do this, and they're
right.
not
You've
lying.
always gotta look at the
Yeah,
poll and then look at how the poll
and
selected
how many
people and how
people
many
too?
people.
You know, like
Yeah.
like that's exactly, and that's how and like it is. Polls are horrible, and that's not horrible. Like they're still a good idea sometimes, but can't can't base anything on it. But yeah, okay. Well, I'm not gonna say congratulations to this because I can't stand
So
the
yeah,
guy.
this is the particular one I think I was seeing is Newsweek. Joe Biden retakes lead from Donald Trump in latest national 2024 poll.
I okay. Well,
It showed Biden with a narrow 43 to 42% lead over Trump in a hypothetical 2024 race. But again, what did they poll? The latest poll of 6,527 registered voters was conducted November 24th to 26th.
and what
Where do
registered
they where do they
voters?
where do they where did they find these
Yeah,
people?
are
Are
they
they from a
independents? Are
specific
they
state?
like
Are
yeah,
they in an entirely blue state?
yeah?
Or a purple
That could
state?
be
A
anything,
red
right?
state?
So I'm sure, and I know
Uh,
there's you can usually look that stuff up, but it's sometimes hard.
it's hard because that's like the core of how these numbers show what they
Yeah,
show, and they don't want you to know
and
that.
they can make whatever they want. So they can go like MSNBC can be like, hey, we want you to do this poll for us, and we really like it to be like this. And they're like, okay, well, we're with the with the numbers, we know to go to this area and ask people on the college campus. And then if they want something
Hmm.
else, they're like, okay, well, let's go somewhere else for that. Go to a football game, for I don't know, just that's a bad example.
Yeah, and I just kind of skimmed through the end of this. They don't even say anything more about the polled people, other than there's that number of them. You at least get the number of them, and that they are registered voters, which is already kind of airing it towards a skewed thing, because who knows that it's going to be all registered voters? It's never all registered
Yeah,
voters, so your poll probably shouldn't be. How about poll people who say they're planning to vote?
I'm gonna vote. Like, no, come on.
Right. You have people who are unregistered who are planning to vote. So like,
I'm coming to America and voting. You don't need ID to vote.
yeah, depends.
No, I'm like, hey guys, I'm like from America. I'm kidding. I would not be doing that. Um, that's a joke.
It's funny when people say we don't require ID.
I know it isn't, but
Because we do. You have to identify yourself. It's not always with a physical identity card,
well,
but you
there.
do always have to
Okay,
identify yourself.
I'll send
So,
you. I'll friggin' open a PO box and then open up a bank and have the bank send it to the PO box and boom, and now I've got a location.
I mean, you're going to need to get a social security number.
That's not hard to do. I heard.
I mean, if you use a deceased person, but that's illegal.
Yes, Biden.
Now, when you say easy, you mean gain United States citizenship? As a Canadian, I think you have a decent path, don't you?
Probably. I don't know.
I mean, probably one of the easiest.
Maybe.
We treat you guys like a little brother. What are you doing up there?
Pretty,
Anybody,
pretty
anybody
cold.
beating you up? Anybody coming across the ocean and do
We're
anything?
all good. Thank
You
you.
tell me if somebody does,
Oh, well, we will.
and we'll
I
fuck
think we
them
should
up.
move on. Um,
Did I already click the next one?
yeah, this is.
Yeah. You want to start it?
Yeah. From the BBC, U.S. says it foiled alleged plot to assassinate Sikh activist in New York. So, so remember the Canadian
Okay.
one? That's what Trudeau accused India of doing, pretty much killing one of them here.
Well, wasn't that a
Diplomat,
not
I
just
think.
an activist? It was a diplomat,
Yeah.
and an activist is just a
Yeah.
politically involved person.
Okay, that's crazy. So,
Maybe a little different, but like assassinate's kind of a wild word because that is only usually used for like
hits.
hits of like people in positions of power, and
Yeah.
you don't really think of activists too much of being in a seat of
I
power.
don't
But
know.
okay.
Like, well, Greta
But look,
was
the United States foiled it, so we're taking this dub.
Greta Thunberg was so she was full of shit. She's like, I
That
can't go to Alberta.
I could see them
Yeah,
saying that
but she's
if
like, I can't
somebody
go to
like
Alberta
her.
because they're gonna shoot me. It's like, no,
So
we
this
won't.
must just be a very well-known person. Obviously, we're not going to know them, but let's see their name. This is a photograph from the indictment showing the alleged first payment for murder for hire plot. Wait, what? Holy shit.
So did they have undercover the whole time?
Yeah, was this undercover? Is that how they have this footage? They like were in the middle of it somehow. All right, American citizen in New York who advocated for a Sikh separatist state. Nikhil Gupta. Oh no, this is
Oh,
Nikhil Gupta is the person accused of trying to hire a hitman for $100,000.
so this
But the hitman was an undercover agent. Okay, there we go.
okay. Okay, so what is this saying? So the one guy wanted to make their own state in New York City, or
This is
just New
saying he was
York.
allegedly directed by the Indian government, an Indian government official, which means that's a
And
little.
I guess goes along with what Trudeau was saying too. Do for him tonight. God damn it!
I mean, I don't like to say the Indian government is trying to do things nefarious against the
You
United
don't.
States, but that's what we're reading here.
But again, the guy could just be like, he could be like, okay, well, they already think it in Canada. Let's say I just did like,
Well, this is BBC. They're the third party of
yeah,
this whole thing for sure. They're
yeah,
just off on the side. Like they could just be like, "What did? What? Oh, they said this about you. They called you a bitch."
yeah. Well, yeah, right. Like we don't,
What are you gonna
we
do
don't
about it?
know.
Um, let's see. The White House said it had raised the alleged assassination plot with India at the most senior levels, and officials there responded with, quote, surprising concern. Okay, they were concerned. Yeah. Let's see. A senior administration official said the murder for hire allegations so concerned Joe Biden that he dispatched top U.S. intelligence leaders, Director William Burns and Director of National Intelligence Avril Haines, to India to speak to their officials directly. Yeah. India's government is investigating.
Yeah. So
This will probably
yeah,
be like the last one. They'll say, "Oh no, we did nothing wrong."
they still don't show it. They still haven't shown us proof here in Canada yet that they have proof. That's what bugs me. It's hard to believe this stuff, and this could just go along with that stories. Like this guy's like, you know what? Let's friggin' do what?
That
Let's just blame India, right? I don't know. I just don't. I see if India was gonna do a hit, they'd do a hit much better than that.
yeah,
They're
and I
not gonna
think we may
fail.
have missed
Yeah.
some of your audio there in the middle. In the middle,
Oh yeah. Okay. My bad. Oh, it
it
does.
kind of turned a little robotic and then disappeared for a bit. But you
Well,
came back and the rant continued, so it was almost like
yeah.
it didn't even happen.
But yeah. So anyway, it's. I just
But you're
can't.
right. I mean, you wouldn't expect this sloppy of work if it's really being done with like government money. Like, you think they throw a little bit at it, make sure it actually works out.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it was murdered. Another. Yeah. See, I don't. It was another activist. It says right there too. Look at that. This activist in British Columbia.
Oh, yeah, yeah. News of the
So
alleged plot comes after Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said there was credible evidence tying the Indian government to the murder of another Sikh activist in British Columbia in June. Okay, so yeah, this is exactly
yeah.
the same scenario. Now it's happening on United States soil.
Yeah.
Now, what is Mr. Biden going to do? Because Mr. Trudeau says, well, credible evidence,
Yeah.
but
So
then never showed us.
now they got somebody trying to set up the hit, but um.
And Trudeau said they need to take it serious.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
don't think
yeah.
they're
I don't
gonna.
know. I kind of like if that is what it is, but I don't know. Can't say. I just cannot see India being that sloppy unless it's a militia or something. Like, and it's not the government.
They arrested him in Czech Republic where he's waiting extradition to the United States.
Okay, so. Uh,
Guess he did try to flee a little bit, but like you got to check those extradition laws.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Czech Republic, they work with us.
Most countries probably will anyway, or they'll work with another country. It's
There's a few that don't, and those are the ones you go to. You know?
what? So the ones that you don't, what you do is like so. Say you want to get someone out of North Korea. I think we even talked about this one time. But say you want to get someone out of North Korea. Well, America and North Korea are probably never going to do a prisoner exchange, right? But
Probably not.
what they will do though is America will be like, hey, China, if you give us this guy,
Oh, well, like a triangle deal.
if you can get that guy for us, we'll give you this guy, right? And they're like, okay, so they go to North Korea, who they're buddies with, and like they get that guy out of prison, they bring him to China, then they do the swipe with China, right? And that's exactly how they do it. So but yeah, so they don't. You can. It's really hard to hide these days. Like that American in North Korea, he's probably going to be sent back, or was he? I don't remember.
I think it already happened.
Did he? Yeah,
Literally.
I think it did.
Yeah, because like you said, it's hard to hide.
Yeah, you
I
can.
mean,
So
America World Police.
not even just anywhere, any country, you can always do it.
Yeah.
Like,
So, do you have anything else on
No,
in
not
this
much.
one?
That's good. They
I
stopped
mean, I
it.
guess we'll wait for the third one
Yeah.
because the guy in the article said they're not going to stop. So, well, let's move it on. MSNBC brings us this one. Sandy Hook families offer Jones a deal to settle his $1.5 billion debt.
Yeah, he was
I
going
think
to
we
get paid.
covered this when he lost his case and the amount in the settlement was like 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
It was like he's never going to have that much.
He'll never pay it.
But also he's going to have to pay them forever, basically, right?
So they got a new deal. So what's the deal?
Well, potentially. They've offered two different deals here. Peanut, I need my mouse.
Okay. Alex Jones owes nearly 1.5 billion in damages for spreading lies, but the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting has officially been offered a deal to settle with the victims' families for far smaller but considerable sum of money. Okay, so what are they then?
He can settle his exorbitant debt for a total of at least $85 million, roughly 6% of what he owes the families over 10 years, as well as 50% of any income over $9 million per year, or liquidate his estate and hand over the money from that to the creditors. So I think there's two options there because that or at the end.
That's a pretty good deal.
So 85 million over 10 years, and then forever he can never make more than 9 million a year. And I think he could probably orchestrate it so he makes exactly 9 million a year.
800,
and his buddies make the rest of the money, or his other shareholders, or board members, however you do it, or he gets it in stock because the 9 million has to be cash, has to be income.
Okay.
I don't know. I think they're handing him too much here.
Well, no, because they're gonna get
unless
something.
Unless
they're gonna get something this way, because the other way they were gonna get nothing.
I was gonna say unless they're gonna get nothing, then this is probably worth it.
This is probably the best way because he was not gonna pay that 1.5 billion.
I think he should be forced to liquidate shit. Yeah, anyways.
No, whatever. Let him pay the 85 million. Let him pay it over the next years, and let's see. That's still he's still gonna be making lots of money, right? So.
I assume. I have no idea. I assume his platform is up and going still, right? This Free Speech Systems parent company of InfoWars. And I don't know about InfoWars itself, but I assume it's still up and going.
I'm pretty sure it is. I don't watch it myself. I've watched a little bit of it here and there. But yeah, okay. So the families are gonna get some money. That's good news. Hopefully he takes that deal, and hopefully he takes the first one. I think that'd be the best.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of seeing if he's got any answer in here yet. Apparently, no answer yet.
Because he can just his assets. He can probably somehow scam that out so they get less. So pay him off the money, then 50% of 9 million. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much more on this. Do you?
No, that's basically it. We'll have to wait to see if he accepts either of these because this, like I said, I just scrolled to the bottom. I was looking to see if he's got any comment at all. He's not said a word yet.
Yeah, well, when it's that much money involved, you don't talk to the press.
Well, somebody did because this offer made it to the press.
Yeah, because somebody did on this side, but he's not going to talk to that. So he knows.
I guess this is saying MSNBC is citing the Associated Press, who's citing court documents. So they've filed this in court somehow?
Yeah, because they have to offer it. They brought it to his lawyers and his lawyer. And I think cases are public record in the state.
It depends on the case, I think, because if it involves minors, it's not.
Yes, yeah. But this doesn't really involve kids. This involves I don't know. I can't say. What else do you have first tonight?
Well, we've got wrestling news.
Wrestling news? What?
Kinda.
You're the wrestler.
Yeah, I'm not a wrestler. Associated Press for this article. WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Sunny Sytch sentenced to 17 years in prison for fatal DUI crash. That was a lot of S's in a row. Just gonna say that. You would have failed horribly.
Okay.
Sunny Sytch sentenced to 17.
Hall of Famer Tammy Sunny Sytch sentenced to 17 years in prison for DUI crash. Damn.
I don't know. You did okay. So yeah, you don't watch wrestling, but this is actually a wrestler from forever ago.
I think I remember her, but I'd have to see an old picture of her.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, here's the new picture of her.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't recognize her.
this is
No.
her being escorted to the defense table by
Yeah.
the Volusia County Sheriff's
I didn't
bailiffs.
hear. Like, so how did she killed somebody?
Yep. She looks back at the family members of Julian Lassiter, who she crashed into.
Yeah.
Let's see. They got two more pictures. Just close her up. Just more of her getting her fingerprint.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So yeah, she's been sentenced to more than 17 years in prison for drunkenly colliding with another car, killing a 75-year-old man, while her blood alcohol content was 4 times the legal
Damn
limit.
right. I hope it's
Authorities in
good.
Florida said.
Glad.
Yeah, I am also
I'm
glad this
against
is not
drinking,
the first incident. This is actually like the bazillionth incident of her doing this. She's been drinking and driving multiple times.
and I'm not for drinking and driving at all. I'm 100%. It really impacts a lot of people's lives, and everyone's like, oh, it's not like they don't think it does, but until it hits you and affects you, you don't know. You don't know. Like some people
Yeah.
do, but some other people, like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm only gonna drive 2 blocks. Yeah, 2 blocks is blocks.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
don't know what happens in 2 blocks, and you are not good to be driving. That's we
yeah.
know what the level is. That's
So
why we got the
17
blood alcohol
years at
level.
least.
Yeah, so she pleaded no contest. So at least there's that. I mean,
Yeah.
she's not saying is still stubbornly saying in August. So I guess
Because
this
she
has
was
been a
probably
little
gonna get
bit.
longer if she didn't.
Driving under the influence, manslaughter, and other charges. Yeah, and that manslaughter is probably the one that's got the big number of
She had
years
an
tied to it.
unsealed bottle of vodka in her vehicle time too.
And cannabis in her system. I mean, I don't fault you for having cannabis in your system, but like you're drinking and driving
Yeah.
repeatedly, it's a problem. And she was arrested in March of 2022, pleaded in August of presumably the same year, and I guess we're just
Yeah.
now getting to this sentencing.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
That is crazy how long our freaking system
Yeah,
takes.
it does.
She was potentially facing more than 25 years in prison during her sentencing
That's why
hearing.
she took
Oh,
that.
yeah, okay, that's what happened on Monday,
Yeah.
the sentencing. Yeah, holy crap. She said she felt remorse and regret deep in my soul. Yeah, I mean,
Like
you
I'm sure no one.
are
I know. Don't get me wrong. But it gets hard to say because people are like, oh, like do they tend to crash? No, but they still got in that car drunk, knowing they're drunk, and if
true.
like you like
And she's had chances to learn her
yeah.
lesson.
And
They
that's
even
the
go
thing
into
though.
it
It's like,
here.
yeah, you're not planning to kill someone that night. You're planning just to go home. You're probably planning to go home and maybe see your own family or just whatever. But
I know my body and crap like that.
yeah.
Like,
One time I was at the
so,
bar, I was fighting with this girl. Like she was like trying to get in her car, and she lives about 4 blocks, and I've known her for a long time. But she was trying to get in her car. I was like, no, and I stood in her way, and I grabbed her keys, and she struggled to get the keys back, and like everybody at the bar were watching us in the parking lot fight. We weren't actually hitting each other. We were just
right.
wrestling, I guess, you know. But anyway, so I convinced she finally agreed not to take the car, and she walked. And she was mad at me. She was so pissed off. But then the next day, she was like, "No, thank you. I was not probably gonna make it.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, just take it. And like, that's it." And yeah, I was being that guy, but I had to be that guy. You know, I was like, "Nope, I'm not gonna not be that guy." But yeah,
Sytch, 50, previously had been arrested multiple times from driving under the influence in Pennsylvania, where her driver's license was suspended. She didn't have a Florida driver's license.
can
She
you?
she shouldn't have been driving at all.
You never drink and drive. 100%, Nicholas. I 100% agree with that. Can you
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
up a picture of her from 1995?
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're at the end
Um,
here. They said she signed her first WWE contract in 1995 and became a fan favorite. So I found this nice little side by side here. There
ah,
you go.
ah,
Here's what
20,
I
30
would say
years.
I will
30
say
years.
alcoholism does to someone because
It's
she is an
also
alcoholic.
it's also been 30 years, right? Like.
Yep.
So that's still like I don't know. She looks like she was in. Actually, you can't tell how old she was. How old is she now? No, drinking was not nice.
It said 50 years
50.
old.
So that was
Yeah.
20. That. Why do 20-year-olds look so
25,
much older back?
20, yeah, that would have been 28 years ago. So yeah,
Yeah.
she'd have been 22.
Yeah.
22 and 50 here.
I used to
Yep.
drink a lot, and luckily, I don't think it hit me that hard. I got lucky.
And I can't really just pull up a whole bunch of pictures
It's
of
okay. We're
her
good. We don't
because
need.
she did a massive amount of porn.
Okay.
So be
Just
careful
gonna write
googling
her
out
name
there.
down, or I'm getting no.
Research
Yeah,
material.
research.
I think that's all I've got on that one.
Now, for
Unless
the
you had
record, was
any
it
more.
like porn from like back in the day or recently?
A little of both.
Okay.
If I remember right, she did a centerfold back in the day, and then recently, like within like 10 years, like
Well,
released a sex tape.
oh wow.
Grossness.
Okay.
Anyways, I think we're ready for the next one.
Yes. Oh, yours.
Fox Business has this one for us. Aretha Franklin's son awarded real estate after will between couch cushions ruled valid. I don't think we knew that there was a couch cushion will
I didn't know anything.
debate going on.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good.
I think we covered, when Aretha Franklin died,
No,
right?
no, I don't think we
Did we
did. She
not?
died years ago.
I don't know.
So,
So apparently, there's now
yeah,
doling
she
out.
died in 2000. Like she died before 2019. So maybe
Dang,
I
we've been
don't
doing this
think we
show for a
talked about
while.
it. So
You'd have to go back to one of our early
yeah,
seasons.
whatever. Yeah, the underground
Uh,
stuff. But
I don't know. Maybe we covered something else about this, but I don't know if it was the
no,
will. But
we did a story about another lady who passed away.
yeah, maybe.
But we do a lot of stories.
So yeah, they found there was 2 handwritten wills. So they've been contesting which one's the real one, I guess.
There's two. Okay. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't know
say.
about this. Yeah, there's 2 of them.
So when did she? Yeah, died in 76. Huh?
So 4 properties Aretha Franklin owned at the time of her death will be divided among 4 sons. Months after a jury determined in 2014, the will written by Aretha, found between her couch cushions, superseded the 2010 handwritten one locked in a cabinet.
Huh.
Because they said the one on the couch was a 2014, so it was newer. And that is how wills work. If you write a new one, the old one is
Yeah, but you have to
new.
have it. I forget what the word is.
Witnessed,
Witnessed, yeah.
notarized.
Notarized. Thank you. That's a word.
Yeah, which anybody can become a notary public very easily.
Yeah.
You could do it within 30 minutes. So literally, just you need a person.
Yeah, exactly.
A person with a cell phone in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's more than just nothing. How else are you gonna certify a will's real? I mean, the person who wrote it's dead in every case. So
that's the worst part.
gotta have at least one other person.
Yeah. So.
So I wonder how different the other one was.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the different properties. Yeah, the different properties are worth different amounts.
Like that's just like I guess, but I guess that's why you should always have a will, no matter what, because kids are gonna fight over it. Like, again, like her estate was only $300,000.
Well, no, the one of the properties was sold by the estate, so the person who's getting that in the will is just getting that money.
Okay.
Versus like this person is getting the home that still exists. It's valued at 1.1 million, actually more now.
Probably, yeah.
Sorry, 5 years from that, yeah, that's probably worth 2 or 3 million, maybe more. Ed Franklin's getting a property that presumably still exists. That's only 3. Where's the 4th one?
I don't know. I don't even know who she really is. I'm not gonna lie.
Ted is requesting the sale proceeds. So yeah, Teddy is the one who got the property that was sold.
But yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Why do fight? But that's how it is, I guess. That's how people are.
A 4th property. Yeah, here's the 4th one. Worth over $1 million will likely be sold and profits divided among her 4 sons.
Oh,
okay, so Clarence is the one getting screwed.
Well, he's in a living assistance home.
So I guess he doesn't really need a home. I guess that kind of makes sense then. Although you would think they would give him the full $1 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're gonna do for the other guy the $300K, but I guess whatever.
Yeah, he gets something.
In this case, that other guy is gonna end up with another $250K, but this dude's getting like $250K and $1 million house. That's kind of screwed up. I don't know. Maybe she should have considered her will a little more. I mean, just because you have 4 properties and 4 sons doesn't mean you just leave 1 to each. That's kinda
Yeah.
weird.
Eh,
You're not really considering it,
I
like,
don't know.
are they equal
If
properties?
if I
They're
had
not.
if I had kids, I'd like to see them have a house before I passed away. But yeah, I don't.
Apparently, the discovery of both the wills came months after her death. That's kinda weird. Associate on both of them.
But yeah, I don't want to say on this.
And both wills says they would share income from her music and copyright, so I guess it's just about the big difference between the wills is the properties, apparently. In the 2014 version, Keckhoff was the executor and White was the executor in 2010. So that's kind of a big deal. Who the executor is matters. If there's a question on, how something's worded, they're the person who determines, you know, how to translate it or whatever. So that's kind of a difference. Yeah, I don't know that I really have much else.
Yeah.
It's just there's more stuff in this
Listen,
article, so I just keep scrolling. It
I
says
don't
there
even
was
know.
a smiley face
Maybe if I
in
knew
her
who she
signature.
was, it'd be different. But
I guess maybe does she normally put a smiley face in her signature? That's a weird thing to note. She would use the kitchen and living room. That was about it. So when I got to the sofa, I lifted up that far right cushion, and there was 3 notebooks there. Suspicious, but obviously we'll never know. And as long as it's going to her kids, I think that was the plan, anyways, right?
yeah.
Unless her children sucked.
Yeah.
All right, moving along.
From CNN, coaches banned from playing gymnastics as part of sweeping welfare. I don't what. Okay, sorry. One more time. Coaches banned from weighing gymnastics as part of sweeping welfare policies in British gymnastics.
How did you struggle so much with this one, but you did that last one just to spite me?
Because I'm just confused. It threw me off. I'm not sure what the words mean.
Well, first of all, it's gymnasts.
Gymnasts, yeah, I
That's
did
probably
fuck
the
that up.
first part that's
Yeah.
throwing you off is that they're
Not
not weighing
gymnastics, yeah.
gymnastics as an idea. They're literally physically weighing people,
Okay, my
like
bad.
putting them on a scales.
Yeah, okay,
So
yeah.
coaches are banned from weighing their people, the gymnasts, as part of a welfare
sense, yeah.
policy in
Welfare
British
policy.
gymnastics.
But what does that mean, welfare policy?
Yeah, I mean, think about that. They're saying it's going to be for your well-being that we won't know your weight.
Oh, so this is just going back to like where they want to weigh people before they go on a plane. Or your
Well, yeah,
safety.
this is saying that coaches can't weigh their gymnasts because that would hurt their mental
Yes. So
well-being. Is that where we're going with this?
So for safety reasons, you can't. So yeah, okay, that's kind of dumb.
Now, gymnastics is very much a physics-based activity.
Yes.
I'm not going to call it a sport. You can't make me.
Okay.
So I would imagine if you're like an Olympic gymnast, your weight is crucial, and known by your coaches. Like,
yeah, because it makes sense. It's like hockey players, football players, every single sport. Okay, even activity.
I have basketball cards. I know the weights of a lot of people for some reason.
They have that stuff on there because it is important. Boxers, all sorts of stuff like that. Like that's
right. So when you read a headline like this, it's like that's kind of weird, right? So there's got to be something more to this.
Maybe that pole that they swing on, I don't know what it's called, can only hold up to 160 pounds, right? What happens if the kid's 175 or something?
All right, so let's see what we got going on here, because this is also just in UK, so we're doing a lot of UK news.
I just see it says only gymnastics again. I said that's my bad.
Only gymnastics.
Only gymnastics. I don't know. I don't know why I said that twice in a row too. Only gymnasts over the age of 10 can be weighed. Okay, so.
Okay, there you go. Weighing
people,
weighing kids that are like 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. Okay,
but again,
never mind. Those are kids who are just doing it as like, are you interested in this kind of thing?
But again,
they shouldn't be doing.
Kids aren't chubby,
Olympic
like it
shit.
is. No, yeah, you're right. That's just a start of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if you're chubby, you're not going to be
Yeah.
able to probably do the
Yeah, you're
things. So
gonna
you
give up
might,
pretty quick. Okay.
you're probably going to give up,
But
and
yeah,
if they
over
don't need
10,
to
that
weigh you
makes
for you to
sense.
give
Okay.
up.
I'm not trying to be like, yeah, it's not about being rude. It's just about that you have to know that stuff, right? So diet is important. Physical activity is, you got to keep up that
So they're
weight.
saying that this is a policy, one of several policies designed to tackle reports of bullying, harassment, and excessive control in the sport in the UK. So, yeah, I guess if coaches are using it to bully and harass the, 5 to 9-year-old children and to like suggest, hey, you need to lose weight and stuff like that, it's maybe calm down. These are children. These are not
Yeah,
athletes at all.
exactly. Yeah, maybe
They're
that's
these
it.
are
But
kids playing.
or other kids make fun of them for being heavier. Or I don't know if that's what they're.
If it's other kids, that's also bad. But this, I mean, this is targeting coaches specifically. It's saying coaches can't weigh
Yeah.
inside.
Okay.
Maybe there's more to it, but like coaches specifically
Yeah.
are in the crosshairs here.
Okay. Good. Well, that's I
Um,
guess not good. Doesn't really change anything for me, I guess. But I guess
yeah, no, it has no
that's
effect on you.
yeah.
Like,
It's like,
not
jeez.
everything is. Actually, most of the
That's like
stories
that's what
don't.
supposed to do. Come on.
I
Yeah.
don't know anybody in
Their
gymnastics of
well-being.
any age,
Yeah.
and I don't know if they're being bullied or harassed or
Um.
controlled through their weight. But yeah, it seems
I
fine.
don't
As
know.
soon as you read it, it's like, oh, they're talking about children.
They've been yeah, but they've been
Okay.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Totally makes sense, and I get it.
Let's see. Gymnasts also must not be forced to miss formal education classes for gymnastics training under the new policies.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I'm good with that too. I mean,
Yeah.
you shouldn't miss school for your sport, no matter what the sport is. Like, I didn't know we had to legislate that.
Um. Yeah. I
And
just
also, they must ensure that they're given adequate hydration and toilet opportunities. Hey, be treated as a human being. Yeah,
wow.
they're not your Olympic athlete be in the building. You're not making an Olympic soldier here.
Yeah.
You better not be.
Well,
And I know maybe some other countries
I
do
was
that
gonna
because I've
say
seen
there's
some
some
crazy
countries.
shit.
There's
And
some.
there's some countries who
Yeah.
violate the age policies in the
Yeah.
Olympics. I won't name names.
There's some
I know.
countries that will freaking get a kid, and literally its whole life is just gymnastics. That's it. That's
Yeah, and
all
I
that
think that's what
freaking.
these policies are aimed at making sure the UK doesn't have that until you're 10. And I
Until
guess
you
after you're
didn't, it
10,
doesn't matter. You're fucked.
it's a rip.
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe we'll look at doing some more, but 10, that's where we cut off the
But again, when you're 10, that's when it starts getting more competitive, the two, though, right? And that's when you can
possibly.
start doing the flips and stuff and all. I was like, I liked hockey. I could skate. I was a big skater, but other than that, any other sport, I wasn't a big fan of. Just hockey.
And I don't watch gymnastics at all.
When I was a kid, they tried to make me do hurdles, and I refused. They're like, just do them. I'm like, no. They're like, oh, just try. I'm like, no, like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm like 5 foot tall. Okay, I'm not gonna make it. And they got pretty mad at me, and I failed that course, but it was what it was. But yeah, I have
Yeah,
nothing
so
more of this. That's good.
the rest of this article is kind of going into some of the physical abuse that happens in gymnastics, which
I've
is
seen
also a
videos.
big
I've seen
problem.
some videos of like them stretching, making kids stretch, like pushing them, like
Yeah,
the.
it's pretty gross. There's entire TikToks dedicated to that stuff too.
It's
And you look at the people who are following those
yeah,
TikToks, and it's like, ah, jeez,
yeah. No, I
just
I said that to
televising
yeah. No, I
their
said to what
potential
I
pedophilia.
said like
Anyways,
one day I said that I was like, oh, yeah, that's that. I said to one lady or kid, I was like, oh, that's nothing. Like it wasn't too bad, but it's like nothing like putting that on TikTok for everybody to see. As like who's following you, right? Then she sends me a screenshot of her schematic, whatever you call that, of her followers because she gets a breakdown, right? And of course they all
Mhm.
say female. I was like, it's not hard to make a fake account, like she thinks that they're all kids watching. It's like they're not kids, so
Yeah, you can make your profile say whatever you want. And if you're looking for little girl gymnast content, I wouldn't be surprised if you were creepy enough to make your profile match
and yeah.
what you needed to.
I can't wait
Creeps
till
are
they ban
creeps,
TikTok. Like I'm
you
not gonna
know.
lie. Like I post my Grand Theft Auto videos on there. That's like just clips, right? Because it's fun and like Fortnite stuff. So that's all. Like that's base of it. But if it gets kicked off, whatever. Like I'm not making money. I made 3 cents off it so far.
That's really nothing.
That's 3 cents.
But yeah, I mean, I don't
How
think
much
this
have
will
you made?
actually
How much
get
have you
the
made
real
on TikTok?
problem. I've made nothing on
There
TikTok,
you
so
go.
you're a
So
professional
yeah,
TikToker.
yeah.
But I don't think this will actually have any real impact on the real problematic abuse. This will help, but
Yeah.
not in the ways that really need
No,
help.
because
So
they're just gonna like that, and it is torture like that. But that could be any sport. That's every single sport, everywhere.
this is more of a let the
Yeah,
kids be kids kind of
yeah,
a thing. And I think most people can agree with that,
yeah.
especially when you're talking 9 under.
But I've
There's no
seen
reason
some
for
parents
anything to
that
be
are pretty
serious.
crazy even
Nothing.
here. They're like, oh well, you got to play the violin for 3 hours a day, then you got to play the
I
piano for
think
two,
I think
then you
that should
got
be considered child
yeah,
abuse.
like it's like yeah.
And I may have an unpopular opinion.
No, that is pretty like let kids
I'm
be
told
kids.
since I don't have kids, I can't have an opinion.
Oh, that's
Have you heard
half
that?
true, but not 100% true. You're not an opinion still,
Whoa!
but you just
Gives
can't
you a
really.
dog
But
pile.
you can't really. You can't get away with talking telling parents how to raise their kids as other parents do to their
Yeah, they
young
won't. They won't
right.
listen. Once
So
you say you don't have a kid, they're not listening.
exactly right. Okay, I think we got a few more things here.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Let's see. CNN. This is an update. All 41 workers rescued from collapsed tunnel in India after 17-day ordeal.
Wow,
Woo.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like that's we talked about this too. We did. We're like
And when we talked about it, I think it was on day 9 or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
maybe.
excuse me.
It was quite a few days into the ordeal when
Yeah.
we first talked about it.
So yeah, they
And they were
were
trying to come up with drilling strategies, and the drill head kept breaking.
exactly, they had a pipe. At least they had a pipe that they can slide down food, chickpea, water, and stuff.
Popcorn. I
Popcorn,
remember
yes.
popcorn and chickpeas. It was like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's not a way to have dinner.
But hey, if
But
it's
that's
probably the
apparently all
best
that we could
stuff.
get down there.
That's probably the best protein stuff. Not protein, but best stuff they need to keep
So
going down there.
yeah, on Tuesday, they emerged from the collapsed tunnel.
That's great news. Great,
Yeah.
great. Because yeah, that's
Cheers
insane.
greeting them.
And not one died. That's unreal. Like 41 workers trapped that long and they all survived. Insane.
The last few meters were drilled by hand.
kudos to the workers. Like you
For
gotta give
sure.
all those workers. Some of them probably work 24/7. Like not literally, but they probably work the
Here's a
whole
little bit
time.
of the scene. It's really hard to see what's going on in these pictures, though.
They could get the gist of it.
I think they drilled from up here, right?
I
I'm not
get
even
that.
sure.
I know they had a long ways
There
to
is some
go.
video footage from the scene, so I guess for those curious out there, Google around, you could probably find it. At least the them coming out of the tunnel. That's obviously the scene you want to capture.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Captured there.
Says they
Don't need
says
a
they
photo
seem to
for it.
be healthy. Well, you know how the news works. They got to get that moment.
None of the symptoms are of weakness or fever. They're all healthy. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. They're all healthy. Well, there were scratches. I mean, stretches. Scratches. I don't know what's going on tonight. I have to stop smoking before.
And then like totally changes it.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's not scratches.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to stop smoking before I come home.
Yeah. Well, there were stretchers for them to come out.
Yeah.
They chose to come out crawling on their own. So they
That's
offered
good,
to put them on stretchers and to
No.
carry them out. And they said, no, I want to come out on my own.
I would.
And if I'm cramped up in there for 17 days without the ability to do anything,
Yeah.
I think I'd want that too, assuming I have the energy to do so.
Yeah.
They
Or if I
clearly
was really
do.
tired, I'm like, don't carry me. Oh, awesome. That is such great.
And yep.
Two people like reuniting.
At least two of them, obviously, there were 41. So there's this a father greets his son who was trapped inside.
That's insane. Like that's oh, I like it. That's so like
This
that
is
makes me happy.
the chief minister just
Yeah.
hugging one of them. This guy, I assume, is the minister here on the right.
And that's a family member. Looks.
Well, it says it's just one of the rescued laborers. You'd
Yeah.
think they'd mention if it was somebody related, but like also the way they're embracing it kind of looks familiar for at least somewhat. Hi, Pumpkin. The rescued workers will each be given checks worth 100,000 rupees, about $1,200 American.
Oh damn, that's it.
That's
a lot of money, though. That is a lot of money. So.
We'll also ask the company that these 41 workers be allowed to go home and spend time with their families for 15 days, 20 days, or 1 month. Which one? Give them the month. Give them this.
Or 1 month.
And maybe like another zero on these rupees because 1,200 ain't much.
Yeah.
These guys need time to like recover from this because this is a crazy thing. 17 days in trapped. You can't do anything.
$1,200.
And if the people outside give up, it's
Yeah.
over.
Exactly, right? That's insane. I'm I'm glad that they're okay though.
I am
That's what
very glad
happens.
they're okay.
He is not gonna. They're gonna give him something, but they're like, oh, here, insert your own risk, right? Okay.
Oh,
Well,
this is really hard to see too. The rescue personnel pictured at the entrance to the tunnel. These pictures are always hard to see what's going on. So they go into detail about all the setbacks and the braking stuff, but we kind of already were there for
yeah,
that.
the
Holy
41
cow.
paramedics ready to go.
Nice.
Yeah,
That is a response.
that's how you do it.
I always see like the pictures of like a million police cars, and I'm like, Jesus, that's
Yeah.
a waste. But this is not a waste at all.
In
This
the
is
states,
exactly
they
what you
would
want
have
to
sent
see.
like two at a time. Like, oh, let's send two.
You just get everyone here. We need everyone. And if there's room, you could put 2 people
Oh,
per, or however you
they
can do this.
they did a good job. I think they did a great job of getting them out. Yeah, I don't have too
I
much.
guess
I have nothing else to say on
that
here.
no, this is just the update we were hoping
Yeah.
for, that they would be rescued and that they'd come out in good health. It sounds like every single one of them did, which is great.
I don't think I would have made it, but I'm not a miner, so
And then at the very end of this article, they reference some of these others where not everyone was able to make it.
yeah.
A dozen workers killed here. I don't know if we ever even talked about that one, but yeah, this is just a good ending to a story.
Yeah. Not
All
many
around.
times that happens on here.
Yep.
But okay.
Okay, next up.
From CNN, okay. A sleeping polar bear and some sociable penguins are among the images shortlisted for the Wildlife Photographer of the Year Choice Award. So is this another
Hey.
award?
Yeah, this is another photography award. So we got people just doing any kind of wildlife photography, presumably, because it's just people's choice. So the very first one that clickbaited me into this was the polar bear sleeping on an icicle
Oh
here.
wow. That
Far
looks
north,
crazy.
Norway's Svalbard
That's
archipelago.
fake.
That is fake. I will say that.
It looks pretty fake.
Here, let's can I enhance this? This doesn't really let me enhance.
I don't. Yeah, I hate when that
That's
works.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, no, there we go. I'm trying to get back in the middle of the screen. It's okay. I wish I
yeah.
could enhance, but
That's
a cuckoo wasp and trying to enter a mason bee's clay burrow. I guess, okay. I wouldn't have known what this was otherwise. Mason bees. So it's like a cuckoo wasp versus a mason bee. Bull elephant kicking over garbage, scavenging for rotten vegetables. Oh, this isn't great, but it kind of shed some light on something, I guess, that people are just dumping garbage where the elephants live.
that's pretty.
Because this is wildlife, and this is just there's somebody's dumping here. Just for the record, this is Tisama Harama, Sri Lanka. I actually said that correctly, I think. Aw, you got to look up.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find a picture, but I want to show you guys in a second. They're like taking care of the baby. That's Simba.
Yeah, look at this. Pair of lionesses grooming one of
Here,
their 5 cubs.
I took this picture last year.
I don't. Are you trying to show it on your camera
Yeah.
there? I think. Yeah, now we can see it.
I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to see, but it's a bumblebee, right?
Yeah, it's a bumblebee.
But yeah, I'll have to show you a better picture of it. But yeah, it was like it's cool.
Some wildlife photography.
I should have got an award, but yeah, go on. My bad.
I don't know. This is my favorite so far right here. This looks like Peanut.
Yeah. That's his cat.
We got a pygmy round-eared bat returning to its termite nest home, as well as 2 camouflaged family members look out from the entrance. Wait, are there 2 more we're supposed to see here?
I can't see. Maybe up top.
Look out from the entrance.
I can't see.
I don't know.
Yeah. Not.
I'd have to look at that one a bit. Let's see.
What
A
the
mud
frig
skipper
is that?
defending his territory from a trespassing crab.
What?
So this is the trespassing crab because it's got the claws.
Okay. What is that?
And so this is a mud skipper. That looks fake.
Look at his eyes.
This is like
Okay,
they planted this or something. Neither of these look real.
okay.
Did they draw this?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, oh, the Northern Lights.
A moon jellyfish
Oh, I didn't see
with the
jellyfish.
northern lights. Yeah, you know that. But this is a Norway. Norway. That's crazy that they're so big.
I see the Northern Lights from my back window. Hey.
Yeah. It's just one of those perks of being Canadian.
That's pretty.
A Balkan pond turtle with a
Dragonfly.
banded groundling dragonfly.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
That's kind of cool, and the timing to get this photo.
Yeah.
The patience.
The next
timing.
photo was the bug being eaten.
Probably. I
Isn't it?
assume
So-
turtles eat those, because why wouldn't
Yeah.
they? You know? Flying protein.
Oh,
Young red
yeah.
fox takes advantage of packed trash to trash can before collection day.
You look
Yeah,
at
I mean,
the
you gotta eat what you gotta eat. Yeah, he knows. He's not gonna stop.
Yeah, foxes are not that scared of humans.
No. They're pretty close to just kind of coexisting with us. Just not quite.
Here are those penguins.
Adelaide
talking.
penguin approaching an emperor penguin.
Telling a joke. Look at him.
And it's checked during feeding time. He is telling a joke, and they're listening way too
Wait,
attentively.
where's the punchline? This is a punchline. Here it is.
It's not gonna be funny. You know it's not, but like you're supporting the kids wants to be a comedian. You're supporting his it's not very good comedy though. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?
I thought it was going to be something about a tuxedo. Whoa, that's kind of weird. Cattails in the background.
What are we? These are bulrushes and quaking aspens.
Okay, those brown things, I call those cattails. You break them open and they're like full of. Those are full seeds.
Yeah, they're nature's corn dogs.
Yeah,
Take a bite.
we call them.
If you go out in nature with somebody who doesn't know not to take a bite of that, and they do, it's just for you. You get to enjoy that
Not
moment.
very fun.
As they go, blah, 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 try to spit it out because it doesn't stop. I mean, it's like it poofs out, so it like fills your mouth too.
It's so horrible.
It's
Like,
I've done it to at least one
kill
person.
somebody doing that too.
Maybe.
You know, like they inhale. Oh,
We got a red fox cub
mouse.
locking eyes with a shrew.
True.
Looks like they're talking. They're having a chat. Like,
They're having a conversation.
listen, why would you eat me? I'm not really gonna give you that much protein. Or like, look how small I am.
Or the fox is
Come
like,
on, man.
Guy, you gotta run because they're looking at us. We gotta pretend.
I
we
can't
hate
be
each other.
caught.
Yeah.
I can't be caught not eating you.
I've
If I'm gonna let you go, you gotta go.
Actually, I saw a video the other day, and it was started off so nice. It had like a tiger and then a baby deer, and the tiger is rubbing its face up against the deer. The baby deer is rubbing its face up against the tiger, and then all of a sudden the tiger goes and ate it. It's like, oh shit.
That's how nature works.
It's like, oh damn. So
Snow bunnies. Oh, mountain hares. Same thing.
there's
Touching noses.
bunny kiss, isn't it?
Yeah, bunny kisses. Oh, that's pretty good too. That's probably my second favorite.
Oh,
Oh wait, this might be my second favorite. This is an embarrassed grizzly bear.
he's skinny.
Oh, stop watching me.
How many more photos are on this? Do you know?
One more.
That's it, really?
Oh.
Save the rest. Oh, that's pretty.
There's the rarest species of wild dog in the world, the Ethiopian wolf. Well, that's not a dog, it's a wolf.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's pretty wolf.
Never heard of it, but
Very cool
Yeah.
looking.
and they got it to pose right in front of all these flowers and shit.
Yeah, gorgeous photo on that. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, the choice is yours. You can go to the Wildlife Photographer of the Year People's Choice Award to go vote on those, and I think there's a whole bunch more. It says 25 outstanding images, so I don't even think we showed them all. So yeah, anybody interested in voting on those?
Okay, well, that's cool. Are you going to vote?
Yeah. Well, we'll say I'll vote. I love to vote. I might.
Yeah,
vote.
we can
I think
vote
I already
on that.
voted like
Okay.
just out loud. I'm not gonna go actually vote, but like I already
vote.
picked. I picked
Okay.
my favorite of those 15. Isn't that voting?
Yes. Okay, I think we do have one more story, or
Voting is open until January
goes on
31st, and the
forever.
winner and top four images will be announced in February. And hopefully, we have some February banters that we remember that this happened. That's gonna be the struggle for me, remembering that we covered this because I'd like to see who they pick as the winners, and they're gonna say the top four as well.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do an in-person exhibition at the Natural History Museum.
Hey
So there you go.
Google, give me an ad for the best photo in a month and a half.
Yeah,
From
Clyde would never do that for us.
Clyde's
But yeah,
gone.
I think that we got one last story here. If you want to kick us off.
From Fox Business, Elon Musk tells advertisers who left X to go F them yourselves. Musk made the comments during an interview at the New York Times Dealbook Summit. So yeah.
So we can watch.
So yeah, we talked about this.
Literally watch it right here.
Talk to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You hope
Don't advertise.
you don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself.
Ha!
But
He's doing a lot of looking around.
Yourself.
Oh, he said it twice.
I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
well, let me ask you then.
Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
F-Y.
I understand that, but
Oh,
there's
he
a
just said
reality, too.
GFY. He just
What?
shortened it.
Yes. No.
I mean, Linda
no,
Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, no, totally. So, no. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do? It's going to kill the company.
And do you think that the
And the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say
Tell it to Earth.
but they're going to say that
Wow.
that you killed the company because you said these things, and that they were inappropriate things, and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform. Right?
And
That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
he's a strange cookie, but hey, he's. Hey,
Well, let's see how Earth responds.
Yeah.
As a member of Earth, I will give my response. I'm not an advertiser, so I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah.
like, it's like whatever he's true. It's like,
I'm also not a stakeholder or shareholder.
but how
in
he says
this
is
company.
you're gonna try to blackmail him with money, and like, it's true. It's like
I'm not a sports scientist, but I invest in Invesco
You got an
QQQ,
ad
which
going.
I closed it.
Where
And
was
it's-
that? Yeah.
It started the audio.
I know,
I closed
come
it,
on,
and then
that's
the
fine.
audio kept going. I found a little mute thingy here, so we're
Um,
protected now. This tab won't do
Yeah.
anything again.
I don't think X is gonna go bankrupt. I think, but maybe it kind of looked pretty serious there when he said that, right? But I don't know. That'd be like I like X, but would it be upset with it not in my life? Well, we'd have to find somewhere else to post borderline banter posts, but that's it.
Yeah, and there'd be another company that fills its niche because there's already other companies that do the same thing. This is just the one that's the most popular. That's why it's known, because it's got a lot of users.
Yeah.
And if it disappears, those users go somewhere else. Probably the number 2 one, whatever it is. I'm not even sure what that is. I guess this is in response to Disney talking about pulling their advertising for the platform.
Oh no, not Disney.
Which this just says discussed pulling advertising. It doesn't say that they
I think I don't know, maybe they
did.
did, but
Did pull? I don't remember. I don't know if they did.
but I agree with him. If you don't like the things, don't advertise. Like, too bad. Like, I don't care. Like it is.
Yeah,
what
I
it
mean
is.
that doesn't qualify as blackmail though. But yeah, if you don't want to advertise, you don't have to.
But
If Musk thinks his company will be fine without that portion of the revenue,
no, he says he doesn't. He's gonna go out of business.
oh, so he needs this revenue?
No, he's like, well, it's gonna crash. He's like, it's gonna go under, and it is what it is. He's
Well,
like,
that sounds like not a good
Isn't
business
that what he
model.
just said? Didn't he just say that pretty much?
Yeah, he said that, and then that Earth is gonna blame someone else
Yeah.
for
Well,
it besides himself. They're gonna blame these advertisers.
no,
They're gonna blame Bob
because
Iger,
he's
I guess.
gonna know what he's gonna be fucking gone before the X goes bankrupt. That's why he said that. Because he's gonna be on fucking Mars and he's gonna, he's gonna be like, haha, suckers, Earthlings, But
So apparently during this interview, he also apologized for endorsing an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory in response to a post on X that helped fuel an advertiser access. So he apologized,
yeah,
that thing that we had covered.
and he apologized
He's
on
saying
Twitter.
sorry.
Yeah, he apologized in a tweet before, then he's saying sorry again. Yeah. This is good.
So at first he doubled down, because when we first covered this, he was doubling down and saying, no, I really meant it. I should be able to like this post.
Yeah. But yeah.
And now he said, I'm sorry. But go fuck yourself also.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone. He said sorry to probably a different audience than the go fuck yourself, because this is obviously very targeted. Go fuck yourself.
100%. So
I don't know who is this. Oh, Hey Bob. That Hey Bob was referencing Bob Iger. I didn't know who they was meant.
in the audience.
In the audience, that's how I feel. They're advertised.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
He's saying you don't have to. Don't feel obligated to advertise here. And so maybe Disney won't. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see
Elon.
what else. These comments come just days after he visited Israel, where he toured a kibbutz attacked by Hamas and held talks with top leaders. Why is he even over there? He's not going to do anything.
He had something to go to. It was a planned meeting, I believe.
No, it sounds like it's an attempt at getting good PR after the bad PR of liking the Twitter thing, the anti-Semitic tweet. It's the timing of it is right after this thing, and it's, also along with his apology. I assume he's trying to do the positive PR tour. Was all it was. I'd love to be proven wrong, but that's what it looks like. Maybe I'll hear that he's actually going to donate a whole bunch of money, but probably not. He doesn't really have money to give. He's kind of in a bad way. Okay, right here it says a slew of big brands, including Disney and IBM, stopped advertising. So yeah, they already have this month. So they're already doing it. So Bob already said, okay, I won't then.
So
X retaliated with a lawsuit saying the Washington, D.C. based nonprofit manufactured the report to drive advertisers from the platform and destroy X Corp. What?
So, okay, no, we can go on. My bad. That's just.
Oh, this is where they're suing Media Matters. We've talked about that already. Elon Musk is suing Media Matters because they're the ones that put out the report showing, whatever.
Okay, so I'm just looking at.
They were the group that brought it to everyone's attention that Disney and IBM ads were running alongside pro-Nazi content and white nationalist posts.
Okay.
Kind of a thing you don't want if you're a big company like Disney or IBM. But since Media Matters brought it to their attention, I guess X, formerly known as Twitter, can sue Media Matters for bringing that to their attention. Seems dubious at best to think you can sue for that, but we'll find out. It's America.
People sue for everything in America. Yeah, come on.
Well, and this is a company suing a company, so this, who knows? Because it's usually the company always wins, but this is company versus company. Which one? Which one wins?
Ding, ding, ding. Hey.
Usually bigger money, so my money is on IBM. Good luck to Disney. Good luck to X.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's it.
I have my champion.
I think that's it for the show tonight.
Yep, that is it for the news.
So yeah, we went from fingers.
Been a pretty good one.
We went from severed fingers to
go fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself. That's no, but yeah. So thanks for watching. The few people who are out there, we appreciate it. If you're watching later on YouTube, again, we really appreciate it. Don't forget to smash that like button. As Dustin always says, press buttons. Before we jet out here, Dustin, do you have anything to say?
Just want to thank everybody who watched us live, and thank you for hosting with me. And then anybody watching later on the YouTubes, thank you. And also make sure to leave me a comment. I'd love to engage with anyone. If anyone has topics they'd like us to cover, that's a great place to put those.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's been the way to kid meows.
Thank you. And as always, you can find us on our social medias, Facebook, Twitter, formerly known as, X, formerly known as
Oh
Twitter,
yeah. We've got them
Facebook,
all.
and YouTube. We can
Although
go
it
to
still
webpage.
says Twitter here
Yeah, no, it
on our
does. That will
scrolly, but it would
change.
look kind of weird having the X, wouldn't it?
That will change sooner or later. I'm sure.
Okay, all
But
right.
and if you want to be on the show, definitely drop us a line. We love to hear from people. We love to have different conversations with different people, different opinions. Listen to Justin and I banter all the time. We have
Yeah.
different opinions on many things.
Or banter with somebody
Yeah,
else.
for sure. But yeah, we appreciate that. And as always, we like to leave the show on a note saying that it is okay not to be okay. There's help out there. Don't be ashamed to talk to somebody. Don't be ashamed to reach out. There's people who want to help. They're volunteers. They don't get paid for it because they actually want to help. Anyway, in the States, the phone number is 988. Here in Canada, it is 1-833-456-4566. And some good news, within 48 hours, 988 will be available in Canada.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and within 48 hours, it looks like. So, as of Friday, I'm not saying call it because we don't want to overwhelm the system. But if you need to call it, definitely give it a call. 988. But thank you very much for coming on the show. We appreciate it, and we will see you next time. I do not think there's enough people here for a host, but there is. Let's find out. Let's see who we can host today. Let's do this guy. Some random fella who's playing some Fortnite. Thank you very much. Stay safe and have a great night.
We should have done that news article.